So when you come up, say who you are, where you're from, what your own introduction, the way you feel comfortable, and face the audience. That way the camera will pick you up. And again, we're webcasting this throughout the world. Our system went down this afternoon because it maxed out. There were so many people tuned in, which is good news. So we pushed a couple buttons here and there. We booted it back up. So, but the response out there is really good. We're going to try to figure out a couple things. Is our webmaster in North Carolina. She's Seneca. And she's been receiving some comments. People have been typing in questions or making statements through a chat system on our blog. So we're going to try to bring some of those in tomorrow so you kind of know what people are asking. If there's any questions to any of the presenters, we're going to try to figure out something on how those presenters can respond back. Okay, so we're going to figure that out. So but right now is kind of open time. We got food that is being prepared at 6:30, so we got a half hour. There's new people who have come in. So there's more people coming in tonight, and I understand some of the classes, some of the students will be released to come to the sessions tomorrow. So, you know, we're going to have definitely more people here. So, Govinda, you're all set, and so I'll turn it back to Candy.
Okay, so this is the time to just put it all out there, you know. If you're feeling that you were sitting in your breakout and you kind of wanted to say something but you didn't, now is the time. That's why we're here. You know, that's why we spent the resources to get ourselves here. So don't be afraid and don't be shy. Or maybe sometimes you're just tired. All right, we have somebody coming down. Name, where you're coming from, maybe what organization you're with or what group you're with.
I'm local. My name is Bob Burkhart. I'm from the Wakarusa watershed where you're sitting. I was, first of all, impressed with the acronym that one of the groups came up, Rights of Mother Earth Rome. What it reminded me of was that about 1972, there was a group of global thought leaders that put together the Club of Rome report. I wonder if there's a meme at work here, a global brain, that has essentially recycled that wisdom from over 40 years ago. The other reason I'm standing here is I'd like to commend the students of Haskell that I've had the privilege of working with. One particular future thought leader that stands out in my mind is Patrick Friedland, who was president of the Wetlands Protection Organization. I believe he was president of the student class here, recently graduated, and I believe he's now a graduate student at Purdue. So I count myself lucky to have been mentored by this next generation. I'm still a lifelong learner, an adult lifelong learner. The reason I'm wearing this particular hat is it says leave no trace. It's a Earth Seakeeping acronym that I inherited from Recreational Equipment Incorporated when I still lived in Minnesota from about 1972 to 2004. When I came to the Kaw Valley, I had an opportunity to work with some young adults at a Boy Scout camp in Bonner Springs. I happen to be an Eagle Scout, as is Patrick Friedland, so we have this brotherhood bond. This happens to also be the centennial for the National Eagle Scout Award, or for the Eagle Scout Award. And I'm reminded of one other fact, that there's a book that was written by one of the founders of the Scouting organization, Ernest Thomas Seton, called Gospel of the Red Man. I'm not going to recite from that book, but it is essentially one of those early thought leaderships from about 1910 that I think guides and informs us in terms of what we need to do as Earth Seakeepers here on planet Earth. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you very much. And for the online listeners, if you didn't catch it, we will be answering some of those questions that you're putting on the blog tomorrow. So rest assured that tomorrow we're going to try and get to those questions that you're putting out there on a blog. So keep on sending us the questions from afar. We appreciate the feedback.
Okay, don't be shy. Now's your moment. The world's watching you. We got some feedback. We got some information. Some of you know Phil Lane. Phil Lane wasn't able to make it. He's with Four Winds Institute, Chickasaw and Hunkpapa Lakota, and he was part of some of the discussion that we had in San Francisco with Pachamama Alliance about our perceptions of rights of Mother Earth, and himself and Jake Edwards, Onondaga from the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, as well as some other folks. Who was there besides Simon Ortiz, one of our Acoma Pueblo educators? Some of you may have read his writings. So we had some deep discussion that led to this, and we also reminded from the way that we think about this is that many of our indigenous language, and this has been a big debate on this declaration on the rights of indigenous peoples, because in those early years, in the late 70s and 80s, there's a lot of discussion on the terminology of rights. So we've been there before, but there was a recognition that part of that dominant system that we need to turn, flip, and have the language that puts this language where we have rights. But Phil Lane did say that he's very inspired from what he's hearing. He's tuned in, and that he's also a bundle keeper. So he's going to be filling his pipe in prayer for a lot of you that are here, for what we're doing, and also for prayers for the protection of Mother Earth. So he just wanted to convey that to you. So if we have any other people who want to come up here, please do so.
Yeah, because Tom could go on for 20 minutes, which is great, but...
So my name is Lindsay Spear, and I'm a member of an ally group known as Neighbors of the Onondaga Nation, the Onondaga being one of the 6 nations of the Haudenosaunee. I've just been loving the conversation today. It's been juicy, it's been rich, and I want to thank all of you for bringing all of your bits and pieces and ideas to this conversation. One of the things that really excites me is the synergy there is with a project that we're currently